Appreciate you, Mr. Chairman.
Gentleman from Arkansas yields back. Gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Rothfus is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary, as you know, I have previously expressed concerns about the Financial Stability Board's designation of U.S. insurers as systemically significant. These designations have typically preceded domestic determinations, and it is especially troubling that the FSOC has historically appeared to act as a rubber stamp to the FSB. I understand that the FSB is currently reevaluating its approach to systemic risk and that it is considering shifting to an activities-based approach. What is the U.S. position on using an activities-based approach to systemic risk as opposed to designated individual companies?
We absolutely support that. That's something we're shifting towards at FSOC as well, and part of the reason why they're looking at it is because of discussions with us.
I understand that with your traveling to Mexico, I want to encourage you in your conversations with them about the importance of developing their economy down there, because the fact is we have a horrific drug problem here. And if you talk to the Mexican officials, they believe that we're responsible because there's a demand side part of the equation. The fact of the matter is they have not produced an economy down there where people are having the kinds of jobs that would keep them gainfully employed. So I continue to watch the situation in Mexico with alarm, the impunity down there, more than 100,000 people have been killed, very few prosecuted on that. So I encourage you in your talks with them. While we're talking about Latin America, though, illicit financial networks continue to facilitate drug, human, and weapons trafficking throughout Latin America. Groups like Hezbollah are especially active in places like the Tri-Border region and Venezuela. This not only poses a threat to our national security and regional stability, it also enables bad actors across the continent to flood places like Western Pennsylvania with deadly drugs. What is the Treasury Department doing to target illicit financial networks in Latin America, including working with countries individually and any leverage that we might have through organizations like the IMF or World Bank?
I can assure you it is a big focus of ours. There is more work to do, but it is a big focus.
Are there specific groups or states that Treasury has prioritized in Latin America?
Again, I'm happy to go through it with you privately. There's a whole bunch of different areas that we're focused on there.
I want to thank you for your hard work on tax reform. Just 6 months after enactment, the American people are already seeing the benefits of this transformative law. Tens of millions of American workers are receiving bigger paychecks under the new withholding tables. 4 million workers have received bonuses, raises, or expanded benefits, and over 1 million new jobs have been created. For the first time in many years, there are more job openings than job seekers. This is bringing workers who were pushed to the sidelines during the previous administration back into the labor force. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, coupled with historic regulatory reform, has once again made our country the land of opportunity. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act also established a program that will ensure that the benefits of our booming economy reach areas that have historically been overlooked, the Opportunity Zones program. My district in Western Pennsylvania has several designated opportunity zones, including tracts in Beaver Falls, Midland, Johnstown, and Aliquippa. These are strong communities that can once again thrive thanks in part to the attractive tax incentives offered for Opportunity Zone investments. Can you provide an update on the implementation process for the Opportunity Zones program?
Well, I'm glad you've asked about that, because actually it's one of the most important parts of the tax plan that gets the least amount of attention. I think it's enormously powerful. We've obviously been working with all the states on designations of Opportunity Zones. We've actually also traveled across the country and meeting with investors and other groups promoting this. So this is something that Treasury is very actively involved with. Actually on my way to Puerto Rico next week, on my way to the G20, all of Puerto Rico is an Opportunity Zone. So something we're very excited about promoting.
Can you give us an idea when we might see any kind of final regulations that are might be required to implement this?
I think you're going to see regulations soon, and again, people will be able to invest in it. We've had very specific conversations with many investors.
Do you care to put some parameters around soon? Can I push you a little bit?
Soon as this year.
Great. Is there anything that Congress can be doing to help facilitate this process?
No, I think we're all set. Thank you.
Now that the U.S. has withdrawn from the Iran deal, we have the opportunity to use additional sanctions to change the hostile behavior of the Iranian government. How does the administration intend to apply sanctions going forward to achieve the desired result?
Sorry, I missed the end of your question.
How does the administration intend to apply sanctions going forward to achieve the results we want to see with respect to Iran?
Again, we're going to snap back all of the Iran nuclear sanctions which are going in place, and we will continue to roll out non-nuclear sanctions as we have in the past.
Gentleman's time has expired. The gentleman from Texas, Mr. Williams, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And